you are, Gary Neville as a Red. What was it like for you?
I mean, it was unbelievable. It was the best time of our lives. We were obviously 24 at the time. Quite a number of us were 24, and you knew that after that game, which was probably the best thing that was ever going to happen in our lives, it was never going to be surpassed. So many games that season. We came back. It was obviously a trait of all the bosses' teams that we would never give in, always go to the end, wear teams down. We always had strikers and options off the bench, and to be fair, we always had lots of players in the box at the end of matches. And similar to last weekend, when you think of the bodies in the box and sort of things happening, and you just feel that momentum building. It started and changed, I think, around Christmas. We weren't doing that well, I don't think, up until Christmas. We were a bit scruffy, a bit scrappy. And then the Liverpool game in the FA Cup just was the first real sign that something happened, and from that moment on, it was just incredible. The last 10 days were the best 10 days of my life. Will never ever be better. Just the idea of those people that were in the dressing room, the people in the stands, the people, the staff. We've been together for so long, and it was an amazing time. It was really special. And Coley's, what you mentioned before, we talk about players under pressure. And you look back sometimes at the era where we played, there were challenging times. When Coley talks about '95, we were talking about it before, about the pressure that he was under in that first season with that, that fee that he obviously the club paid for him. And the same with Teddy in '98 when he replaced Eric. He came under a lot of pressure as well. And obviously they had to come through that. So those times did happen back then when players were put under extreme pressure but came through it. And the brilliant thing about our dressing room was we had brilliant strikers always. There were always players that could deliver big moments. And that was something that, particularly as a defender, you were always grateful for. There was just the special players in front of you who would change the game, and Coley was one of them.